Empty your mind. A Zen story for your life. Once, in a quiet mountain village, there lived a wise Zen master named Tetsuo. His teachings were known far and wide, and people traveled great distances to seek his guidance. One day, a young man named Ryo, eager for enlightenment, arrived at the Zen master's monastery. Ryo had heard that Tetsuo was a master who could unlock the deepest mysteries of life. He approached the master and said, "Master, I have studied many texts and practiced meditation for years, but still I feel lost. My mind is always cluttered. Please show me the path to true peace." Tetsuo looked at him silently for a moment before motioning for him to follow. They walked together into a small garden where a stone fountain trickled water peacefully. The master pointed to the fountain and said, "Take a seat here, close your eyes and listen to the water. Empty your mind completely. Do not let a single thought come to you." Ryo, eager to show his dedication, sat down immediately and closed his eyes. He focused on the sound of the water, trying hard to clear his mind. But as soon as he did, his thoughts began to flood in. Memories from the past, worries about the future, and questions about life. The master observed for a while, then quietly said, "Ryo, you are holding a cup and the cup is full. How can you fill the cup with something new when it is already full?" Ryo opened his eyes, confused. "Master, what do you mean?" Tetsuo smiled gently. "You are like the cup. Your mind is full of thoughts, expectations, and fears. You must empty it before you can truly experience life as it is." Ryo felt a deep sense of frustration. "But master, how do I empty my mind? I have tried everything. I cannot stop thinking." Tetsuo walked over to a nearby tree and broke off a small branch. He handed it to Ryo and said, "Hold this branch tightly." Ryo did as he was told. "Now," said the master, "let go of the branch." Ryo's hand remained tightly closed around it. "Again I say, let go of the branch." Ryo tried, but his fingers remained clenched. Tetsuo waited patiently for a long moment, watching Ryo struggle. Finally, the master spoke again. "You cannot let go of something if you are unwilling to release it. Your mind is the same. You must release your thoughts. But first, you must understand that you are holding on to them. Only then can you choose to let go." Ryo sat in silence, the weight of the master's words sinking in. Slowly, he opened his hand, and the branch fell to the ground. The master looked at him and said, "Empty your mind, just as you emptied your hand." It is not about forcing your thoughts away, but about realizing they are not yours to hold on to. When you release them, peace will follow naturally. Ryo closed his eyes again. This time, instead of forcing his thoughts away, he simply observed them. He noticed how each thought was fleeting, like leaves floating down a stream, passing by without resistance. Slowly, his mind began to quiet. After some time, Tetsuo spoke again. "Do you feel it now, Ryo? The stillness?" Ryo nodded, a smile spreading across his face. "Yes, master, I understand now. It is not about fighting my thoughts. It is about letting them go." The master nodded. "Exactly. To find peace, you must empty yourself, not of life, but of the distractions that keep you from living fully. The world will always be noisy, but within you, there is a stillness that remains untouched." Ryo sat quietly for a long while, feeling the deep silence that surrounded him. It was not the absence of thought, but the presence of awareness, the realization that his mind, like the flowing water, could be allowed to move without clinging. From that moment on, Ryo lived his life with a quiet mind, not empty of thoughts, but free from their grasp. He understood that peace was not a place to be found, but a way of being, born from the simple act of letting go. And so, the young man's journey toward enlightenment began, not through striving, but through the gentle act of releasing what was never truly his to hold.